My name is Chisholm Makwani. I'm a record producer. My parents think I'm gonna grow up and be a doctor, and that's let's not talk about that right now. My dad, when we were growing up, he was like super, just like, you're gonna be a doctor, we're gonna be nothing. And I remember like every year, like we would have like a meeting, and he would like talk to us. He's like, how do you like school? What's going on? So what do you want to be when you grow up? And I remember like all like my brothers like, oh, I want to be like this, I want to be this. And my dad's like, no, you're not gonna be this. You're gonna be a doctor and nothing else. So it's just kind of been like that way ever since I can remember. And it's not a bad thing in the sense that he just cares about us a lot. He wants us to be successful when we grow up, but it also like leaves you like a lot of like room to like, you know, not think about stuff. So it's tough because sometimes I'll grow up and I'll be like, okay, like I'm not gonna be a doctor like in the eyes of my dad or my mom. It's just like, you know, what am I doing with my life where I could have something prestigious? So growing up, I really never got the chance to like hang out with people so much as like I wanted to, and most of the time like I was like a pretty like shy kid growing up, so I didn't really have like a friend base. So I would actually spend most of my time on the internet, and from like the internet I would like discover like a lot of music, and that's kind of where I like found my outlet growing up. And when I first started, I didn't necessarily think about it as like I'm gonna turn this into profit. I'm gonna, you know, do this for like a living. I just thought like it's gonna be like really cool. I just want to learn how to be a record producer. Definitely, I think the toughest thing about getting your foot off the ground about music production is the location we were in, and I guess just my resources. So when I started learning how to make music, I didn't have anyone that was, I guess, passionate about doing it as much as I did, and I didn't have like, you know, any kind of like mentor to go to. And you try to convey your like dream or passion to someone, and they're just like, are you serious? Like, what is this going on right now? You know what I mean? They just can't relate. So it teaches you a lot. I guess the one thing I've learned from this whole entire process was like how to be like self-proficient in that sense. So it got to a point where I was just like, you know what, all right, fuck it. Like, if no one's gonna teach me, like I'm just gonna teach myself. I actually spent like the entire summer in my room with just like YouTube videos and Google and just like a keyboard that I'd gotten for my birthday. And my dad was like, why are you using this keyboard? And I was like, Dad, I want to learn how to piano again. He had no idea I was doing music production. He was just like, because I told him, he'd be like, all right, you know, like get that out of here, like get that sass out of here. I don't want that. My dad is super old school. And I think another big problem with starting up was I had to like hide it from a lot of people, because a lot of the people that I had grown up with, they had like seen me as like, okay, he's gonna go pre-med, he's gonna do this, like he's not like messing around and stuff like that, and it's really tough to like kind of like convey yourself like that you're serious. So I was very careful the way I handled my business, in the sense that like I didn't let certain people know what was going on. I remember like when I was at home, because I go home for the summers, I did most of my production like at night when my parents were sleeping, or I did most of my production when my parents weren't at home. So I remember like waking up and like waiting for my parents to like waiting for the garage door to like close, and as soon as the garage door closed, I'd be like, okay, all right, time to, you know, start making beats. And I'd make beats, and as soon as I heard that garage door open, I'd just stop. I wanted to like grow up, and I wanted to like be a producer, and I wanted to grow up and I wanted to be like a doctor. Like I wanted to be a producer doctor, in the sense just like I wanted to walk that path that would like make my parents happy, and then also like make myself happy. And I think like we're getting into a crossroad where it's like kind of like conflicting. It's like I don't think it's ever healthy for someone to like ever like kind of like hide like two things, or like feel like they can't like be themselves and stuff like that. So I think most definitely it's getting to a point where I have to like tell my parents like what's going on. Like, I mean, as I progress down pre-med, like people don't realize pre-med's like actually like you gotta like be on point with it like all the time. You can't just be like, I'm just gonna do it like Monday, Wednesday, and forget about it for the rest of the week. Kind of like realize then it's like, all right, like Chisholm, like you're just lying to yourself right now. Like you can't like do both, whether you like want to or not. This is the time you have to decide. So I think we're at the point right now with like both my parents where it's just like they know what's going on. They just like waiting for me to like kind of come out and talk about it. And I honestly hope that like it's not like, you know, all hell goes loose. I think my parents know I'm a rational kid. I just think sometimes we butt heads in that sense, but I think they're always kind of like trusting me to like have the right mindset about what's going on. And I think one day they'll understand what's going on and kind of respect me for it and let me be me.